was Sunday morning and we headed on over to the Chicago Indoor Racing. And I met with the only kid I know that's 11 years old that could legally drive, Adam Tams. Why did you decide to be in this racing program?
I had a lot of games at home that were with cars, and my dad's basement, before we got it painted, used to be filled with all of these cars, so I decided to try it out. Like, there's some longer races, like 100-lap races, where it could be just you, or you could have a friend run with you, and which is kind of nice if you have a neighbor or someone that wants to try it out. Sometimes if you get faster, you get invited to run with some of the adults, which is nice. And tonight I'm actually running a 300-lap one with some adults.
What's your favorite kind of race?
I like the Ironmans. Those are 100-lap ones where it's just you.
Just you?
Yes.
Pretty cool.
And it's a connected track too. So.
All right, let me ask you, what was your favorite race?
A couple weeks ago I ran one, and there was one where there was a kid in front of me and I was second, and there was a kid behind me. We were going into a corner, and then it was kind of really sharp, so there was not much room, so I got side by side with him. And then at the finish line we spun, and the guy in third got across, and the guy in front of me was sideways on the start. And then after the race, the guy who finished first kind of got spun around, so we were nose to nose on the finish.
Is that your favorite? That's your favorite. So what's outdoor racing? I heard you did that.
Yeah, I actually run in Indiana around South Bend. I run at this 3/4 of the mile track. It's out of concrete. The karts are a little faster than here. They go up to 60 there, and it's really competitive out there. I mean, you get trophies for out there for at the end of the season. There's 12 rounds. And they even rank you out of everyone in the nation.
You mentioned trophies. What kind of trophies and when do you get them?
Here there's for the Ironmans, you get if you come in the top 3 for your group, you get a first place one and a second place one and a third place one for your position. And the league ones here, you do 10 rounds, take your first couple rounds, and then whoever the top 6 drivers with the most points get a trophy. And those trophies are kind of glass with your name on it.
I caught up with Adam's dad, Mr. Steve Tams. He told me how Adam got started, and something he will never, ever forget.
Well, Adam's first time racing in the league, he started out in the lowest group, Group 4, and he ran his first few races, and then in his last race of the day, he started first, and he felt really comfortable what he was going to do, and so he got the green flag, led the group down to the front straightaway, and when he got to the turn, he hit his brakes too hard, and he spun around in front of everybody, and by the time he got back in line, he was in last, and not only did he do it once in that race, he did it 3 times that race. So that's a little reality check that I use for him every once in a while, that if he thinks he's getting too good, just to remind him where he started.
And where did he start? He started right here at Chicago Indoor Racing. To learn a little more about the program, I talked with Brian Dopp, the director of enthusiast programs.
Well, for juniors as young as 7 years old, they start out going through a 2-day racing school. That 2-day school, really we spend the first day teaching young drivers how to actually drive the karts. They can reach speeds upwards of 35 miles per hour. So we take our time, they go out behind our instructor through a series of lead-follow sessions on day 1. Then the second day is really focused on racing. We teach them the racing flags, we teach them the signs that we use, start to teach them track etiquette. Obviously both days with a very big focus on safety, because that is the #1 rule that we have to follow. Once they've completed that 2-day school, they can then come back on Friday evenings and practice. They can race with their parents if they're, and then just as you're seeing this morning, they can come back on Saturday and Sunday mornings for racing leagues, where we'll actually classify juniors based on their experience.
Are there other ages doing this stuff?
Well, we have drivers junior, again, from 7 years old all the way through adult. So we'll say 70 years old that we have different leagues for the adults, we have different leagues for the juniors. So we do keep them separate. Once juniors get to be about 16 years old with their driver's license, that's when we start working with them and grooming them for our adult leagues, because that's when, at 16 years old or so, that's when they want to start hanging out with the adults and start being considered adults. And then again, beyond that, we have a bunch of different race formats for leagues. We also do a number of corporate outings, social outings, fun things like that. So you don't have to just be a junior driver to enjoy it here. Actually, we are predominantly an adult facility, so full service restaurant, everything else.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Corey, and that was in Chicago Indoor Racing, and you are watching CK Sports.